Okay, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Bakak, Badash. And double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And salutation, you Akim at this Christian's word, the truth and sincerity. Hey, Abaratazah, you Akim at there will be edified, man, that's sincere, man. And we're going to get straight into it because guess what? We're in the year of prophecy, man, in 2018, man. The year of prophecy, and all kind of prophecies is coming to pass, man. Donald Trump is not going to make America great again. With all his tariffs that he's going to put on, that he's putting on China, and how he's suppressing Syria, and how he's coming against Russia. America's not going to be great again, it's going to be destroyed, man. So, I can be edified, we're going to get straight into these scriptures, man.
Isaiah 34 verse 1, come near ye nations to hear, and hearken ye people.
The most High to hear what he had to say, because all these nations is going to be gathered together in that war of Armageddon, which is going to be gathered, which is going to be brought forth in the Middle East, which is divided Jehoshaphat, divided decision, and it's going to be brought forth for the destruction of all these nations. You know what I'm saying? For controversy with these nations. Read.
Let the earth hear and all that is therein, the world and all of it.
Let the earth hear and everything that dwells therein. Read it again, Brother Bashar.
Let the earth hear and all that is therein, the world and come forth of it.
Let all these nations hear of all the destruction that's going to come upon them, man. And we're going to read these prophecies, man. That the Most High is gathering all these nations to hear, man.
Verse 2, for the indignation of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is upon all nations.
And that word indignation means righteous anger. The righteous anger of the Lord Yahweh Yahweh Shai is upon all these nations. Why? Because all these nations had a hand in inflicting the sons of Israel, man. How did they inflict the sons of Israel? Through slavery and oppression and killing off our sons and our daughters, rape, robbery, and murder. That's part of the afflictions, man. So they're going to pay for it.
And his fury upon all their armies.
And what's the Lord's fury, man? The Lord's fury is the thermonuclear destruction. That's going to come upon all these nations, man, that buildeth the boat and their armies. Because first and foremost, the Most High is going to put the spirit on all these nations that come up against America, man. I'm saying Jeremiah 15:9, man. For lo, the Most High is going to rise up an assembly of great nations to come up to assemble themselves to come up against Babylon, which is America. And guess what? They're going to shoot their missiles off on America, but guess what? America's going to shoot missiles off too. So certain parts of Russia, China, Iran, North Korea, Pakistan, India, Great Britain, France, Germany, they're going to be destroyed, certain parts, man. But guess what? The whole of America and the whole of Israel is going to be destroyed. That's the indignation of the Lord, man. The earth is going to rock to and fro like a drunkard, like it says in Isaiah, the 24th chapter, no, the 21st chapter, is the 24th chapter, the 21st verse. Slack.
I think it's,
the 24th chapter.
Maybe in the 30s, but yeah, man.
In the 24th chapter, the 21st verse, the earth is going to roll to and fro like a drunkard. You know what I mean?
It says, he hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter.
The Most High have utterly destroyed them. All these nations, the Most High have delivered them to the slaughter. All these nations that build up the bow, that's going to come up against America, because America is the second leading nation to have a nuclear stockpile. The first leading nation is Russia. Russia has surpassed the nation of America because at one point in time, America was the leading nation that had the most nuclear stockpile. But now Russia has, man. Why? Because they have upgraded their nuclear arsenal because they know it's going to be a war, man. They're preparing themselves. But you Negroes, especially Native Americans in America, have not a clue what's going on. America's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. But before that, it's going to be anarchy. It's going to be famine, pestilence, race riots, uprising of the people. All hell is going to break loose, man. But y'all don't have a clue.
Verse 3, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses.
It says their slain shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, man. Because you know why? In Jeremiah, the 25th chapter, the 31st verse, on down to the 33rd verse, says that the slain of the Lord is going to be from one end of the earth to the next, man. So therefore, all the armies of the earth is going to be slain, man. And their bodies going to be cast out, man. But y'all don't know what's going on.
Yeah, their bodies are going to be left there to rot. You know what I'm saying?
Huh.
You know, and the buzzards and shit, the vultures and shit, they're going to have a feast on them. You know what I'm saying?
But y'all don't have a clue. Y'all don't know what's going on, man.
They're not going to be buried.
They're not going to be buried. They're not going to be lamberted. They're going to be carpets. They're going to be food for the beasts of the earth and for the fowls of the air, man. Yeah.
It says, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
And the mountains shall be melted with their blood. How the mountains going to be melted with their blood? It's going to be bodies cast out on the land from one end of the earth to the next. And that's going to be from thermonuclear destruction, man. It's going to be from war, men having war against each other, man.
Yeah, it's an intercontinental war, man. You know, hey, mountains, right?
Hey,
You mentioned some of them. Yep, you mentioned some of them. UK, Germany, China, France.
It's going to be United Nations. I'm saying
mountains.
it's going to be. These are all the top mountains. Great Britain, Germany, France, the European allies. The allies of America, then you're going to have the allies of Russia, which is China, Iraq, Iran, Libya, Ethiopia, Pakistan, India, China. These are the nations that are going to come up against America and the European allies, man. It's going to be a total bloodbath.
The mountains shall be melted with their blood.
And the governments, the mountain represent governments, it's going to be melted with their blood, man. Because all these nations and their armies are going to be put to death, man. Why and how? Through thermonuclear destruction. And why? Because they came up against the Most High's anointing. All these nations had their hand and afflicted the sons of Israel. So the Psalms, the 83rd chapter.
And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved.
And all the hosts of heaven, all the armies of the heavens, of all these different nations shall be dissolved, man.
Wow. That reminds me of the scripture in Peter's where it says these things is going to burn with fervent heat, man.
Come man. Bring it up, bro. Public shop.
This is 2 Peter. 2 Peter chapter what is that, 3? Verse 6 and 7. It says, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. But the heavens and the earth, which are now, by the same word are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
Hey, man, because the first destruction came by the way of water, man, during the time of Noah, man. That was the first death, man. The second death is the nuclear missiles, man. Reserved by fire. Read it again, Baba Kashab.
Yeah, I'm going to skip down to another verse. It says, but the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment.
The day of judgment is the thermonuclear destruction that's going to come upon these nations, man. Mainly America and Israel, man. To utterly destroy this land, man. And the land of Israel.
It says, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
Reserved for fire and judgment and destruction upon ungodly men. Who are the ungodly men? Esau, the so-called white man. These other nations, the 2/3 of unique Negroes and special Native Americans, man. They're going to be destroyed, man. That by fire. Jump down.
Yep, I'm going to skip down to verse 11. It says, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all... Yep.
Seeing then, read it again, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't mean to cut you off, bro.
So seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
Hey, man, seeing all these things gonna come to pass, man. The destruction of America, the destruction of all these other nations, man, that benefit the boat, that's gonna come up against America. How should we be, man? We should be doing the work of the Most High, man. Putting up videos week in and week out, coming out on the harbors and the byways, doing the sleet, the rain, the snow, week in and week out. Right now we're approaching the season where it's gonna get cold, man. But guess what? We're gonna still do the work. We're gonna come out here continually, week in and week out, to do the work, man, unless it's a blizzard. And guess what? We're gonna come out the next day. But, hey man, we edify the sons of Israel and condemn Esau and the so-called white man and the other nations week in and week out, man. Also by through the way of videos.
Verse 12, looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, or the powers, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved.
Amen. We looking and hastening for the day of the Lord, man.
That's right.
Where the Most High takes out Esau, the so-called white man, and the rest of the nations, and restore Israel in the power seat, man. Being joint heirs with Yahweh Shah, man. We looking forward to that day, man.
Wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved.
Wherein the heavens, heaven means rulership. The rulership of Esau being on fire shall be dissolved, man. Because Esau's rulership, Esau's heaven, which is his rulership, which you see right now, his kingdom is going to be on fire. It's going to be dissolved, man. So we'll say, hey, man, what order man should be, man? You should be a righteous man seeking the kingdom.
And the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
And the elements which you see around you shall melt with fervent heat, man. All these buildings, these cars, the empire and the empire and the infrastructure of Esau shall be melted with fervent heat, man. What's that fervent heat? Thermonuclear destruction, man.
Isaiah 34:4, and all the host of heaven shall be dissolved.
And all the armies of these nations and their governments shall be dissolved, man. Let me tell you this, man, real quick. The Most High is beginning to visit the world which He made, and He's going to fuck all these nations up, man. Why? Because they had their hand in afflicting the sons of Israel, man.
Showing us that what? Israel is scattered all amongst the nations, all throughout the nations. You see?
Come, because you got Israelites in China, Israelites in Pakistan, India, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, man.
Yeah. That's according to what? The
According
word
to
of the
the
Lord,
scriptures,
the
man.
word of the Holy Scriptures. That's what
According to the word of the Most High, man.
That's right. See?
Got some more?
Yep. It says, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
And what's going to make the heavens roll together as a scroll, which is the mushroom cloud from the nuclear missiles? Hey, I just told you, I expect nuclear missiles. That's how the heavens are going to be rolled together as a scroll, man. Because the mushroom clouds from the nuclear missiles is going to produce that cloud, like a scroll, man.
Yep. And all their hosts shall fall down.
And all their armies, that were hosts mean armies, and all their armies shall fall down, man. Destroyed, burnt up, defeated.
As the leaf falleth off from the vine.
Hey man, you see how a leaf fall from a tree and hit the ground? That's these nations, man. They're gonna fall from out of their rulership, because Yahweh Shah, when He come back with the mighty angels, Yahweh shall come back with His host of angels. He's going to destroy all these nations, man, take them out of their rulership, man. Hence, He's going to be considered the King of Kings, man. Read.
It says, and as a falling fig from the fig tree, and I gotta, link the precept to that. This is Revelation 6, verse 14. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together.
And the heavens departed as a scroll when it's rolled together, which is that thermonuclear destruction, man. You know? Read.
It says, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places.
And every mountain Every government and every low government was moved out of its place. Hence, Isaiah, the 24th chapter, 21st verse, the earth shall roll to and fro like a drunkard, man. You see what I'm saying?
That's right. Hey, that's all I have, brother.
Hey, bro. So, get prepared for the destruction of America and for the destruction of all these other nations that come up against America, man. Because guess what? America's going to shoot off missiles too. So is Russia, China, and there's all these other nations.
One more verse. Isaiah 34:5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
For the Most High sword, which is the ICBM nuclear missiles, shall be bathed in heaven. The rulership of Esau, because heaven means rulership, the rulership of Esau is going to come down upon Idumea. Idumea is the Greek word for Esau, Edom. You understand what I'm saying? Read it again, bro.
It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
What's the sword of the Most High? ICBM nuclear missiles. Which the heaven he's talking about? All these different governments, man. Heaven is the rulership of all these different governments, man. For his sword's gonna be bathed in heaven. Bathed in all the rulership of all these different all these different kingdoms that rule, man.
That ain't no joke, because you think that made me think about a bath. You know, you
Come on,
the water going, you know, pouring into a tub, and that water constantly flows to fill up that tub, man.
And once it fills up the tub, man, that's it, man.
Yeah, that's how it's terrible, man.
Bathed in heaven.
Terrible, it says, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. You understand what I'm saying? Destruction is coming upon Esau and his kingdom.
And upon the people of my curse.
And upon the people of the Most High's curse. Now, who's the people of the Most High curse? Going back to Cain, man. Was not Cain cursed with that leprosy? And going to reincarnation, was not Esau cursed with that very same leprosy? The lack of pigmentation? So there's hints, Esau, the so-called white man, is the people of the Most High's curse, man. And the Most High's gonna bring judgment upon Esau. What's that judgment? Thermal nuclear destruction. You understand what I'm saying?
It says, and upon the people of my curse, to judgment.
And upon the people of the Most High curse, to judgment. Esau, the so-called white man, is gonna be judged for all the atrocities he has committed throughout the four corners of the earth, man. Starting from when he was the Greeks, to the Romans, on down to the Renaissance, man. He's gonna be judged for all the atrocities he committed, man.
Proverbs 3:33. The curse of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, is in the house of the wicked.
The curse of the Most High Yahweh Shai is in the house of the wicked. What's that curse? First and foremost, if you go to Zechariah, the curse is them chariots, man. That's the curse, man. That's what enter to the house of the thief. Who's the thief? The thief is the so-called white man, man. You can't get around these scriptures, man. We're bringing it out, plain and simple, man. If you can't understand these scriptures, man, if you cannot comprehend these scriptures, man, hey, the Most High is not dealing with you, man.
It says, but he blesseth the habitation of the just.
But he blessed the habitation of the just. Who the just? The just are the sons of Israel, man. From Judah on down to Issachar. You can't get around that, man. You got any more?
All kinds of fire. Verse 6 says, the sword of the Lord Yahweh is filled with blood.
The sword of the Lord Yahweh is filled with blood. What's the sword of the Lord? Thermonuclear destruction, man. ICBM nuclear missiles. It's filled with blood, man. Because the slaying of the Lord is going to be many, man. The slaying of the Lord is going to be from one end of the earth to the next, man. From Russia with love to China, all down to America. The whole America will be destroyed, man. That's the slaying of the Lord, man. The slaying of the Lord shall be many, man. Pursuant to Isaiah, the 65th chapter, no, the 66th chapter, the 15th and the 16th verse, man. Pursuant to Jeremiah, the 25th chapter, the 31st, and on down to the 33rd verse, man. You You can't get around it, man. Destruction is coming upon Esau and the rest of the nations, and the 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans that join themselves unto Esau, man.
It is made fat with fatness and with the blood of lambs and goats, and that's that's symbolically representing the people of the earth, man. That's right. The lambs and the goats are not literal lambs and goats and cattle and on farms and whatnot. It's literal people. All right, because as the scriptures tell us in Isaiah, right, it says the Lord is coming to have a sacrifice on the earth, man. Okay?
And that sacrifice is in the land of Bosra. And in modern day Bosra is America, man. That's like it, bring it up, bro. I ain't mean to jump ahead.
It says, with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams, for the Lord Yahweh hath a sacrifice in Bosra.
For the Lord Yahweh hath a sacrifice in Bosra. The kidneys and the rams and the goats are the people, man. And that sacrifice that's in the land of Bosra is America, man. Because anywhere where Esau dwelled, the capital of America is Bosra, Egypt, Sodom and Gomorrah, Babylon. So the capital of America is Bosra, man. And it's going to be a sacrifice, man. Read it again, Baba Bashar.
It says, for the Lord hath a sacrifice in Bosra.
For the Lord have a sacrifice in Bosra. What's that sacrifice? You people out there, man. You Edomites, you other nations, and also you Negroes, especially Native Americans, that have joined yourself unto Esau, man. That have taken the Alpha D microchip. You're going to be destroyed right along with Esau, man. You're a part of that sacrifice.
It says, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
And that great slaughter in the land of Idumea, which is America, is thermonuclear destruction that's going to come upon America, certain parts of Russia, China, Pakistan, India, Great Britain, France, Germany, just to name a few nations. But ultimately, America is going to be destroyed the face of the earth. Israel, where them gutter rats dwell, that call themselves Israel, that call themselves Jews, but they are Khazars, European Khazars, they're going to be destroyed in that land, man. But Israel's going to be built back up with the first fruits of slaves, which are the international bankers. So with that, we're going to close it out. We're going to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Bakak, Badash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Hey, Shalom Akim, stay strong, man. We almost out this bitch. Shalom.